good morning and a happy Saturday to you all. Are you ready for a little bit of a softer way into the weekend? Because it is our softer side coming right up for the next 2 hours. It's going to be amazing. It's all about sewing. Yes, you know it. It's that softer side of life. I hope you're well on this Saturday. It's the weekend, so let's bring you into the weekend and see what's coming up on Crafters TV. So softer side for the next 2 hours. We then have an amazing craft along, and then we have an amazing masterclass as well. So all those three taking you through our Saturday right through till the evening. Now let us know what you're up to today, because it would be lovely to hear from you on this Saturday. It's going to be a great day on Crafters TV. We love being with you at the weekend. It's all quiet in the building on Crafters TV, so you get our full attention. Now today we've already got some of you coming in. Sarah Brown, our flaming galah, she's already in from Australia. Jeffrey is saying hello to all the CTV crew from a very rainy day in New Hampshire, and Barbara's in saying hello to everyone. Well, said hello to you, but we have a very special lady in the building, and let's say a really warm welcome to her today, because Becky is sewing.
Oh yes, it's really nice to be back, because I haven't been back. I haven't been here for, I think it was like the 19th of December or the 14th of December I was last here.
Well, you're just a...
I've had a really long break. I don't remember your name or anything.
Not even a part-timer. You're a little timer. Becky, what have we got to look forward to?
Well, we've got a new launch today. So we've got a new launch of the lace layering dies, multimedia dies, so you can use them for your paper craft as well as your soft craft. I'm going to be doing craft along, but we're using, it's a bit different kind of craft along, because actually what we're doing is we're using the Make It kits that we had. So everything is enclosed in the box. You don't need anything else apart from your sewing machine and iron and a bit of thread, but everything's all in there. And we're actually going to make 2 items, and whatever we don't finish today, I'll continue on my Facebook Lives next week. So yeah, got quite a good day, and then masterclass later on all about sentiments.
Amazing. And can I just say, I think Becky's come straight from New Year. Doesn't she look glamorous? You look so glam today.
I've been out all night.
Is it the walk of shame into work today?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got my high heels on. No, I haven't really. No, I just thought, I woke up really early this morning. I was like, why not curl your hair? So that's what I've done.
Well, you look very glamorous.
Thank you very much.
And it's good to have you back in the building, that's for sure.
Good.
Let us know what you're up to on this Saturday, but let's get cracking on this brand new launch. It's amazing because it's all about lace. It's our multimedia lace dies. Now, these are multi-craft. They're layering dies, and you've got your butterfly, your bear, your flower, and you have your fox as well. Now we've got it in this collection where if you buy the dies, you get your felt for free. £63.93 today, or $79.80, but obviously platinum price £51.14 or $63.84. So a great one on that one. And remember, even though these are a plique die as such, you can use them on your paper crafting as well, which will be great. Right, there's a few more people in with us. Christine Mahoney is already in. Phil Watson is saying hi on YouTube, and Suzanne is saying good morning from a sunny Saturday. It says crafty morning everyone, and Diane is in saying good morning. Still snowing in Michigan. Very nice. We haven't had no snow. I thought, well, we have up north. I haven't had no snow. No, I didn't get any snow.
Where I was.
Oh,
yeah.
I never got it. You're more sort of south. I'm sort of more sort of east way. So yeah, you're a proper southerner. Yeah. So yeah, we missed the snow this time. So there you go. Right. So Becky, let's get started. Yeah. What have you got to show us?
Right. So I've got a few samples over here to show you while I take my bits and pieces out of the bag. So these, as I mentioned, these are lace. I knew that was going to happen. Lace layering dies. Here we've cut them out of some felt. We made this into a bit of like a doorstop or an extremely large pin cushion, and we're going to make something very similar in the show today. So you can see here the dies work where you have an overall almost like a mat and layer effect, and then you have these other sort of intricate lace effects on there. So you've got a flower here. We have the gorgeous fox. That is just so beautiful.
That.
And we had the fox keyring that came out for you last year, and that was really popular. That fox one seems to be the thing that everyone loved. We really like this. I think it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
Really, they're very, very pretty.
And actually, Becky, quite big dies.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, it's quite, sometimes when I saw them, I thought they were going to be quite wee, but actually they are significant. They're going to be good for putting on t-shirts, home decor, but of course papercraft as well. And then look at this little bird.
Oh, that's
cute. Isn't he cute? And he's got a little bit of glitter in his tummy. And then we've also used the butterfly to make a kind of fairy wand with some ribbons on there as well. And I'm going to be making one of these later on. I don't have a stick. I had to use one of my chopsticks from home. But as you know, I always travel with chopsticks, so it's okay.
I'm sure you've got lots of chopsticks though, so you can spare one.
We've got, I was saying earlier, last night I think I was saying, coming up for Chinese New Year. So yeah, getting my chopsticks ready for the onslaught of Chinese New Year is what I'm going to be doing. Right, the first one I'm going to be using today is the teddy because I thought he was so cute. Now, I'm going to be cutting him out of felt, but you can cut him out of ordinary fabric. Now, what I would suggest you do, if you're going to cut him out of ordinary fabric, you want somehow to stick him together. So in which case you would use something called Bonder Web, which is almost like a sheet of glue. Alternatively, you can use some of our spray glue. So we've got our spray adhesive. However, because you've got these very intricate kind of little holes and gaps, sometimes the glue will settle in the edges of those little gaps with the spray glue, so it's better to use some Bonder Web if that's what you want to do. You want to stick it together. If you want to stitch, a lot of these have been stitched together. You can stitch them by hand, you can stitch them using your sewing machine. So we've got a lot of options for you. So to open them up to see what you actually get in here, you can see quite a lot of dye. You're getting quite good detail of dye. Now your first part is your matte layer, your outside kind of shape dye. These are copper coloured dyes, these are multimedia dyes. They're meant for cutting with sort of fabric, but also some thick card. Then you've also got these kind of intricate lace effect here. Now you can use these for cutting into your fabric or your card, but you could also put the edge around them so you can cut them out as well. And that makes it quite versatile. And I love the fact that we've created these dies to give you two different types of ability.
Do you know what's also lovely, Becky, is the fact that the lace matches then the patterns that you've got in the faces. The fox is the same as well in the tail. And
absolutely.
Love that.
It really is. And then you've got this one here, you can see here, no cutting edge around the outside. It's just going to be cutting all that lace effect. So again, very, very versatile. And it, like you say, it does mimic all of those sort of patterns. Now you can cut these out, or you can embroider on them over the top of them. You can make it quite an intricate, almost like a folksy kind of feel to it.
Nice.
You've also got other dies in here for the little ears, the eyes, and the nose as well, and the little snout. So you've got plenty of things to be working on here, and it's very cute. So I thought what we would do is we're going to cut them out of some felt. And now the felt here is the felt that comes in the bundle. It's a thicker felt, it's a more rigid felt than perhaps you've seen before. We've brought this felt out a number of times with different products where we need it to keep its structure when it's coming through. So we had some felt last year and it was all working with flowers. So you wanted them to have to be a bit softer, a bit more gentle. Those won't work with this because you need that kind of structure. So where we had those dies, where you had all those little perforations because you're going to stitch through, that's the kind of felt that we're looking for. So if you previously bought felt for those things, these will work perfectly with that. So we're just going to work out what kind of colours we want to use. I've picked out browns, oranges, and sort of cream colours, the kind of colours you'd expect from a teddy. And we're going to go for, I think we're going to go for that colour here for the overall teddy shape. So we're going to cut out the shapes first of all. Now my little handy trick here is, obviously we're doing a softer side of life. It's a fabric show. We want to talk about fabric plates because the fabric plates are the things we always use. However, when it comes to cutting with felt, I don't like to use the fabric plates.
Oh, okay.
I feel it works better with your metal shim you get with your machine, your frosted shim, and then your two white plates. I feel it cuts better, especially when you've got things with these little perforations. Now, this will go through the machine once, no problem, it's just going to be cutting out that shape. But when it comes to all these little perforations, I want to run it through my machine twice because they're quite intricate and because you're cutting through that felt, and the felt is very fibrous, I want to make sure I get a perfect cut. So as it takes only a few moments for it to go through the machine, I don't see it being a problem popping it through the machine twice. So we're going to just go, and I love my low-tack tape, and I always tape onto my plate. I know no one else likes to do that, but I do. I feel it makes, I'm a bit of a belt and braces kind of girl. So normal kind of plate configuration, so you've got your metal shim, you've got your fabric, and you've got your die facing down, and then you've got a frosted shim over the top, and then you've got your white plate over the top of that. And just pop it through into your machine. I always forget that I can move the machine. I get so used to it being like my old machine. Now you may hear kind of crackling noises. Can you hear that there? That is the felt. That is the felt, all those little fibres. It's nothing to do with the getting electric shock or anything like that. It's literally all those fibres from your machine, from your fabric. So that will cut out perfectly. And I always cut 2 pieces of felt at any one time, even if I only need 1, because I'm very concerned that the dog's going to run off with one, which has happened. So I've got those 2 and I'm going to put those to one side. Now, I want to do his face. I'm saying it's he. He looks like a he to me. He looks like Gerald the bear.
Gerald. Is there a limit to how many you can cut out of felt, like layers?
I'd just give it a try. I mean, I'd say, I've seen Craig do 4 or 5. I'd never do more than 2.
Yep.
I think you have to, you just have to work out this. It's the same thickness, this felt, as this kind of softer, more lofty felt that we've had, but it's got a different kind of structure. I think 2 works out just about right. I wouldn't want to do any more than 2, really, to be honest with you.
Right.
So I'm going to pop, I've just got my 2 pieces here, and I'm going to put that one over the top of that. And I could have put these all the way through at the same sort of time, but I'm going to do it separately today. Now, I also want to cut out his tummy as well. So I'm going to put a bit of tape on here, around here. And I want to cut his tummy out of a different colour. So I think we're going to go for a cream. I'm going to have to borrow some scissors. And I, again, want to cut two layers of felt. And this time I am going to put the outside piece as well as the inside piece together.
Stephen said, are these easy for beginners because he's more of a paper crafter than a soft crafter?
Yeah, they're really easy to use, especially when you're using felt. When you're using other kinds of fabrics, because you can absolutely cut these out of cotton fabric, but you'll need to put some kind of glue, some type of adhesive. So if you use something like Bondaweb on there or something similar, which is basically like a sheet of dry glue, that is heat activated when you iron it, that will be the kind of thing that you would use. But yeah, I mean, I love the fact that we keep bringing out these multimedia dies, so they are great for paper crafters or soft crafters as well. I think that makes a big difference. So we're going to, whilst we're here, we might as well do his snout, and I think we should do his ears. So again, we're going to do them out of the cotton fabric, the cream-coloured felt.
You've just been working too much
I'm struggling with the words today. First day back, you're a bit, oh, I don't know, can't speak.
Well, she has come from the New Year party, so
yeah.
And
then, then I'm on holiday again, which is really exciting.
In fact, you're going somewhere very nice, aren't you?
I am very much looking forward to going away.
Are you
Feels like a long time since I've had a break.
Are you going to let us know where you're off
I'm going to, I think I've told everybody multiple times. Everyone knows where I'm going. I'm going to Houston to see my friend, then we're going to Mexico for a little bit of a sunny holiday, and then I come back and I'm here for a week, and then I go to New York.
So nice.
Why not?
She's
stuck.
taken over my role of
I know. Then I'm stuck
holidaying.
here for the rest of the year. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, well, then I'll be off to Mauritius.
Well, there was a special deal on the Orient Express. You know, I've always wanted to go on the Orient Express, and I sent it to my husband. And I said, look at this deal. And he went, it's a train journey. I was like, it's not a train journey. It's the Orient Express. And they've got this deal. It is going to be like an Agatha Christie novel.
Do they not do a murder mystery on the Orient Express.
No, they do it on the British Pullman, which is the the train that goes round the UK.
Right.
They do those. But I want to do the whole kind of dressing up and sauntering through Paris and sauntering through Venice and all that sort of thing. And I sent it to my husband and he was just like, yeah, no, I'll have a look at it next week. And I said, no, it's only valid until March. And he was like, we're not going. So I was like, oh dear, that's not very good. Right, so I'm just going to get rid of all those little bits and pieces. Now, actually, I had not taped down the face quite as well. It's moved very, very slightly, but I don't think it's going to make a big deal. So I'm just going to get rid of those pieces here, like that. There we go, get rid of those few bits here. And you can see you're getting that kind of lace effect from your teddy straight away. So we'll put those to one side. And then we have the two bits of his tummy. There we go, with all of those little pieces as well. Just going to give them a bit of a...
They cut out lovely.
They do cut out really well. And I always find that the second one is less easy to go through, but it's still really easy. Look, I'm just giving it a bit of a
When you think how intricate that is, I mean,
Yeah.
that lacy design, that's all cut out, just pulling out a few bits.
Absolutely. So we're going to put those to one side. And then we've got the snout. And again, like I said, I always do two because I'm concerned about losing bits and pieces. And then we've got the two ears as well. I should use the desk vacuum, shouldn't I?
You could use the desk vacuum, yes.
He's got an eyebrow. I can't, yeah, only one eyebrow.
Only
He's
one
got a bit
eyebrow.
of a, what's he called? A Roger Moore kind of look to him, quite quizzical. Oh, he's supposed to be the Rock.
Oh, it's like...
That looks nothing like Dwayne Johnson. That looks like a quizzical Roger Moore to me.
Yeah, it does look a bit more like Roger
Absolutely
Moore.
looks more like Roger Moore, the Rock. I think the Rock would be absolutely gobsmacked to know that that's what Craig thought he looked like. If you're watching, Dwayne Johnson, let us know. What do you think? Have you got one of our little desktop vacuums? So, no, have you put some eyebrows on it? I don't know.
Does it look like you?
Does it look like you? I think not. Oh dear, that's quite funny. Right, and I think he needs I'm going to give him an orange nose because why not? I've got some nice
You met the Rock then. Took me a few seconds there to realise that we were back on the bear, not the Rock.
You know how quickly I just jump from one thing to another. Oh dear, right. My husband said talking to me is like talking to a magazine. Well, talking to a magazine. He doesn't talk to a magazine. Flicking through a magazine, it's just like random stuff all over the place. But Nicola likes it because Nicola never knows what I'm going to say.
We never know, never know.
And I'm going to do is, I haven't brought any white felt with me, which is very remiss, but I don't think it really matters. We're going to use some of the cream felt for the eyes, and we'll use some of the dark brown for his actual irises of his eyes. We're just using the bits and pieces, the little bits of scrap that we've got dotted around the desk for these. Cut that in half. I love the fact, look how much mess I make. And how long have we been on there? About 15, 20 minutes?
We expect
and
no less from you, Becky.
Devastation around me.
I would be disappointed if you didn't make a mess within the first 20 minutes of the show.
Do you know, in the house, I always have to make sure I shut my door because I don't want Debbie seeing what a mess my room looks like. Right. Oh, dear.
See, I'm totally the opposite. Mine's all cleared up and tidied before I leave.
I don't want to hear that from you, Debbie. I think it's a lie because Debbie's on a different floor to me and I think her room's an absolute mess. No. She says all these things, but I don't know if I believe her. Right, I'm only running these pieces through once because, you know, they haven't got all that intricate kind of lacy effect on these pieces. They're just those outer pieces. But I really do, I mean, the fabric plates themselves are fabulous. They are perfect for cutting those multiple layers of fabric in the builder blocks. But I do find that for felt, it's the plates that you get with your machine, the frosted shim and that magnetic, the metal shim are the ones to use. They cut the felt a bit better, I feel, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, so Hannah was just saying that. She said, she said you're looking very glam today, Becky. She said you're using the metal shim instead of the fabric plates for the felt. So that's yes.
And that's my personal opinion, trial and error. That's what works best for me.
Yep.
But it was that's how I feel it works. So we'll just put these little bits over here. So we can start putting our teddies together. So we've got our different layers. So we've got the little pieces here. Now, there's textile glue and there's felt glue that you can absolutely use for this. But equally, if you're not planning on stitching anything, the Collal all-purpose glue is fabulous for this because it works really well. It works quite quickly, but you must not try and stitch through it afterwards because you will break the needle. But for this kind of thing, here, it's worth doing. Is it still on a good deal? Oh, always good, nice. I lost an eye. Oh no, they're not. There you go. There you go. You can see how he looks. Isn't that gorgeous?
It's so
cute. It is really, really cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of our all-purpose glue just to secure it all in place. If I could only find where it is.
And I do love this because this is also great for anyone that wants to make some sort of texturized projects as well for the kids, because you can use mount boards, your materials, like your felts, anything, and kids can really play around with different colours of this. So yeah, I think these are great dies.
I think they're lovely and they're nice and big. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the glue on them, stick everything down, put it to one side, and then I'm going to make a very quick cushion. Funnily enough, we were having a cushion conversation this morning, weren't we, Debbie?
Yes, Becky's going to make me a cushion.
Yeah.
With new fabric.
With the beautiful, I mean,
so
it is,
lovely.
I have to say it's one of my favourite, and I wasn't allowed, I couldn't order everything. I've only managed to get a couple of pieces in different colours, not being able to get the whole shebang, which is disappointing because I'd like the whole lot.
I don't know how much I would need for a cushion. What would I need?
Well, it depends if you want, how big you want your cushion, and it depends if you want the same fabric on the front and the back.
Ah, okay.
So I'm going to make a 14-inch, or 14 or 15. Well, a 15-inch cushion is a fairly small cushion, and that's the size I'm going to make today. But you can. It just depends what you manage to get, really, what cushion pad you've got, what's going to look good on your sofa.
Well, I want it for my bed. So I might like two smaller cushions.
Yeah. And if they're on your bed, then people aren't really going to see the underside of them.
No.
So therefore, I would do just do a plain fabric on the back. So you could absolutely get 2 cushions out of a ½ metre. No problem. But you'd have to buy some other fabric as well. To do the other bits and pieces.
Have you not got none you could just use?
Have I got what?
Have you not just got none you can use?
No. I have some at home, Debbie. I can make them for you.
Oh, you're so lovely.
And it's only going to be £150 per cushion.
That's fine. You're worth every penny.
I know. Right. So I'm going to put that to one side over here. You're right, Nicola, one day I will get on the Orient Express.
Yes, Nicola said, well, you've got to get on there somehow.
Well, actually, I made a friend yesterday who said he owned trains. I should have checked whether he owned the Orient Express.
He might have had connections.
He might have done. I should have
Excuse
asked
the pun.
that. I've got his business card. I've got his business card in my bag. I might take full advantage of that.
That's what Becky does on trains. She picks up people's business cards.
It's just being friendly. That's all it was.
I was like, was you flirting, Becky? She said, no, I'm just chatting. Just chatting.
That's all I was doing. That is all I do. Right, so I've already cut some pieces of fabric out. Oh, can I show? How do I use this? Is there a little button on it? Oh.
It's the rock's nose.
Is that the song? That is so good. Oh, it's even faster now.
Yeah, you get 2 speeds and then off.
Look how good that is. Like that. Right. I digress. So this is some of the fabric that we've got on the show today, which is this, I think it's called Bumbleberry here. So I've cut 2 pieces of fabric. They are 15 inches by 10 inches, and I've got 2 of those, and they're going to form the back of my cushion. And then I've also got a piece of fabric which is 15 inches square, and that's the front of my fabric. And then I've got 2 pieces of fabric which are too big, which I've cut 16 inches. I just need to trim those to 15 inches, 16 inches by 8 inches, and they're going to form a little pocket at the front of my cushion. So you can pop a book in there and then pop your little teddy on the top. So I'm going to trim this fabric because I've made it too big.
I think this would look nice on my bed as well.
You can't take everything. Do you know, very few of the things that I make on the show, well, none of them come back to me, but often someone says, oh, I might have that. Don't they, Nicola? Which is good, because I don't want to. You can have this on your bed, but it might look a little bit weird on your bed that you've got a cushion that's got a place for a book. Yeah, but Al reads a book every night. Oh, does he? So, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, you can have this one. I'll finish this for you then. Right, so we're going to do the pocket first of all. I've put those 2 pieces together. I'm going to pin them. I want to stitch along this top section over here, and then I want to fold it over. I give it a quick iron and then do some top stitching over the top of that. So whilst I do that, I'm going to pop my iron on. So it's nice and hot. So just while you're doing the iron, Becky, Eva's asked a question asking, is it Collal glue or a special fabric glue that you're using? The one I've used today is the Collal glue. It's the normal one that you would, all-purpose, or is it multi-purpose? All-purpose. It's really good for sticking felt together, but you must not stitch over the top of it. Not by hand, not by sewing machine. It dries too hard. Now, if you want to use a textile glue that you can glue, you can stitch through, you can use our textile glue, and we also have a felt glue as well, which you can use. It takes a bit longer for it to go off, which is why I don't use it when I'm here. This works really well, and as I say, if you want something quick and easy that's just going to stick, if you perhaps wanted to use these to decorate a t-shirt that's only going to be worn for one event or something like that, I'd just stick it on with some Collal glue afterwards. That's be the thing I'd use. Right, so we're just going to stitch. Barbara is saying this is a cute little bear, it's adorable. So is Rosalind. Rosalind's saying she's so happy to see Becky back. Linda is saying this cute little bear. Lillian is saying that she tapes onto the plates as well to tape things down. Yeah, and I don't think anyone else really does that. I just think it makes me feel a little bit safer. That nothing's going to. I say that nothing's going to shift, but it did shift because I was chatting too much. So I know Becky talking too much. Yeah, so Becky does talk this morning. Apparently, I was talking too much, and that was the reason why Debbie forgot her phone and her car keys. Well, it was true. Not the car keys. I just thought I'd blame you for that as well. Literally, she came in and she went, I forgot my phone and it's your fault for talking. I was like, and then Becky went on to say, oh yes, it's on the arm of the chair. That is absolutely true. I had to, but I thought you'd picked it up. I mean, oh my goodness, I can't be responsible for you as well. It's enough to get myself into work, let alone somebody else. On a different note, Eve is saying that Becky and Deb, you are both looking fab this morning. Oh, thank you. Well, take that. Thank you, Eve. I deliberately brought my green dress, hoping that Debbie might bring her green dress in. I didn't, but I am in green as well. Yeah, so you're green today. We are both wearing green today. We are. All in green so we've got, this is the front panel, this is the front piece of your cushion, and this is your little pocket. So we're just going to line those up. I'm going to stitch down here, but I'm also going to stitch in, look, I can stitch in the middle or to the side, depending on how big you want your pocket. Perhaps you've got a big book, perhaps you want 2 books. So what book is Al reading? It's quite a big book. He's reading the new Stephen King book,
Holly.
Oh, okay, so that's quite big. So
quite
I'm not
big,
going to put a stitch down here, but you could do. And if you're making this for a child, perhaps you'd want to put a piece down here where you perhaps put a water bottle. You might want to put a small toy. Maybe
TV remote.
TV remote, yeah, that's a good idea. All sorts of different things you can create all those different pockets for. So we're not going to put a pocket here, but we are going to adhere the little cushion person.
Little cushion person.
Cushion person.
The little cushion person.
Little cushion person. Now, you can do this in a multitude of different ways. So what we can do is I can open up this pocket here, I've done here, and I could stitch it across here with stitching with the sewing machine all the way around. And then all those stitches would be hidden because obviously we would fold that over. You could stitch it by hand or you could glue it. There's lots of different options. Because of the time, I'm going to glue it. And again, I'm going to use that all-purpose glue to put it in place. So I'm going to...
Do you know what I love about this, Becky? This is a great gift idea for children that read. Like both my granddaughters would love a cushion on their bed that they could put their book into.
Yeah.
They both have a nighttime story. And I think with that little bear, that makes it a gift that you give with a book as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this idea.
You know, it could be Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You might want to put 3 of the bears on there.
Oh, yes,
that would be
that's a
something you could
brilliant
do.
idea.
Winnie the Pooh, that's a good
Or
idea.
the Mr. Fox books.
Yeah.
Yes, and you've got the Fox one as well. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea.
That is definitely an option. So we're going to pop that to one side at the moment for that glue just to go off. Put that there, and then that is our front piece. And then we've got our 2 smaller pieces, and these form the back of our cushion. So this is a cushion called an envelope enclosure. So basically what's going to happen, these 2 pieces are going to work over the top like that. So you just open it up and pop your cushion inside. It makes it very simple, and for somebody that's just starting, perhaps has not sewn very many times before, this is the easiest enclosure to do. So you haven't got a zip or any buttons or anything like that. It just makes it simple. So what we're going to do, I want to cover up those raw edges here. So I'm going to give it an iron. I'm just going to fold it over, just to hide those raw edges. I'm going to fold it over twice and then stitch it. And by that time, when I've done that stitching, then that little teddy will be nice and secure in his new home. On the cushion, yeah, it's his new home.
Cushion.
He's been living in my felt box for a while, and now he's going to be living in his new home. How much felt do I have? A box full of felt. A box.
How big is your box?
That kind of size.
That's a big box.
That kind of size?
Big box.
Full of felt? Yeah.
I have a lot of ribbon, yeah. You have a lot of felt.
How much ribbon do you have?
Oh, drawers and drawers.
Really?
Full, yeah. A ridiculous amount of ribbon. I'm a little bit of a ribbon hoarder.
Yeah.
And then I promise myself I'm never going to buy any ribbon, and then I go out and think, oh, I don't think I've got that colour, and I just have to buy some more ribbon.
So do you always buy in a whole roll, a whole reel of ribbon?
Yeah, and I buy offcuts, and I take it out of clothing, I take it off of boxes. Yeah, I have to keep it. Love ribbon.
I like a bit of ribbon, but I don't have as much as I used to. I used to have lots of rolls of ribbon, so I'd use particular colours for projects, and I'd have it in lots of colours. But then there was a shop, I think it's called India Jane, and they used to do lots of kind of oriental type things, so Indian things, Chinesey things, and they were having a closing down sale, and I bought some ribbon, and they're the most intricate beaded ribbon. They were like £25 for a roll, and they were selling them for about £6.
Wow.
So I bought those, but I don't want to use them because they're too pretty.
Yeah.
I think that's possibly what happens, and that's what happens with fabric as well, isn't it? And papers as well. We think, oh, they're too pretty, I don't want to use them.
And considering what a tidy crafter I am, I'm not tidy with my ribbon. So I'll pull a bit out, and do you know where you think, oh, how long is this? And you'll keep pulling it, and then and you only need a little bit, and think, oh, there's too much of that, and I just stuff it all back in the drawer. So lots of the ribbon is all tangled and entwined, so need to sort that.
Have you done any ribbon weaving?
No.
So I'm going to do some ribbon weaving later on today. And that was the thing that made me start buying lots of ribbon, because I quite enjoyed doing ribbon weaving.
So is it a bit like basket weaving, but with ribbon?
Can I find it? Becky, where have you put it? I'll find it and I'll show you, but it makes like a kind of complicated 4-line plait.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Oh, I look forward to that.
So I'm just going to fold over again this bit and stitch down, just like I did with the other part. And then we are at a point where we're going to pop our cushion together.
Lynn is in this morning saying hi, Debbie, Becky and the amazing CTV team, which is our James and Nicola. They are in the gallery today, and the wonderful social superstar and everyone. Sandra's in saying, morning everyone, could not believe it when Thursday's order was delivered on Friday.
Wow.
Wow. Yes, that's amazing. We're definitely getting those orders out, that's for sure. And Rosalind's saying, I need to add the folding ruler to my soft craft stash.
You do.
Yes,
It's
is that
so
a good
good
one to have?
It's definitely worth having.
Look how cute this is looking. Oh, so Rosalind, our Nicola has just told us that it is in the outlet sale. So head over to the website and grab that ruler. It's in the outlet sale. Amazing.
Right, so we've got the outside, we've got the pocket. Now, I'm lazy. I don't want to waste any time. So I would probably base these stitches in these sides, and by that I mean I use a larger stitch on my sewing machine just to secure these in place, but rather than doing that, I'm just going to put some pins in and I'm going to stitch everything together in one go. So what we want to do is always want to have right sides together, because we're going to obviously turn everything out. So I'm going to pop this piece like that over the top, and then I'm going to do the same here. So we want those edges that we've stitched to fold over. So you can see here now we've got that little fold over. So when we actually put the cushion together and we put the pad inside, you'll be able to just pop it inside that little gap. And we're going to stitch all the way around the outside here. So we're not leaving any turning gaps, because obviously we've got a turning gap here with that fold of your fabric. So pin it well all the way round. Use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. You could have put some wadding on here to give it more structure, or batting, if that's what you wanted to do, but we're not going to worry too much about that. It depends the kind of thing you want, but I think this fabric is so gorgeous, and it's going to be you know, a cushion that the kids are going to want to lie on, so we're making it nice and soft and gentle for them. Or Al's going to lie on, yeah. I actually, when you take this home, I want to see a photo of Al, you know, in bed,
his book into it, absolutely.
reading the book and cuddling the cushion. That's what I want to see.
Oh, he'll be up for that. He's terrible. He loves the limelight. He's the only person I know that has more selfies on his phone than anybody else.
More than a teenage girl.
Absolutely.
Does he do ones like teenagers do when they go,
oh yeah, he does all sorts of things. And then he'll send me this like whole strip of him posing. And like, you're the only person, and he'll look at photos on his phone where I'm looking at all my grandkids and that. No, Al's looking at himself. He is, and he'll admit it, he's Mr. Poser. If he gets like, if I buy something new, I look in the mirror once, think, yeah, that's okay, hang it up in the wardrobe, that'll do. No, Al literally poses every single way. So he'll look at the side, and then look at the front, and then he'll move, and he's all like this, and yeah, he's terrible, terrible.
oh, I hope he's watching today.
He's gone yoga today.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he's at yoga class at the moment.
How do you know that? Because he sent you a few poses.
Not yet, but I'm sure he will. He's going skiing soon, so he's trying to get his fitness levels up, and he has to go skiing.
Very nice. I'd like to go. My daughter's doing this round the world trip, and she's going skiing in Canada and then in America. And I've never skied in either of those places, and it's supposed to be really quite spectacular. I'm very jealous.
Not my thing. I'm just going to have a week on my own. A week of peace and no posing.
Don't you be taking my cushion?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'll have to do, see, when he's not there. Although I'm working away a few of those days. we're having the bathroom done next week, so I don't have a bathroom, so it's quite nice to be up here next week so I can have a shower.
Yeah, we were saying yesterday, we think, no, I said, Debbie said, well, I won't have a bathroom for a week. And I was like, oh, you're going to really pong when you come up here next week. All right, so we're taking those pins out, and I know I've still got some other pins on the other side. I want to cut away close to my corners because I want the corners to have as little amount of fabric there as possible, and so I get a nice pointed corner, nice point to each of those there. And then carefully, because obviously I know I've got some pins in here, I'm going to turn everything around the right way. Just poking out those little corners with my fingers. And then let's get rid of these
Such a
pins
clever
here.
way of doing a cushion.
It just makes it quick and easy, you know, and I prefer a cushion with an enclosed zip, but for ease and speed, this is the way to go, definitely. There we go.
That
So
is
I'm going to give them a bit of a press, but you can see how that's going to look.
So good.
You've got your little cushion with your pocket and your little, let's pretend this is a book. It's not, it's some kind of bond, but we'll pop it in there, and that's your little book, and it goes on the child or Debbie's bed for Al's book to be in there.
Oh
and
my
then
God,
the
I love that.
little teddy bear can watch what's going on.
The only thing we have problems with is that could win demo of the day and demo of the week, and then I won't get my cushion cover for a long while. But I love it, Becky. What an amazing, amazing thing to have. Absolutely love that one. You could be crafting with that and that little bear. We will show that material in a little while, but for now that's our Multicraft lace layering dies. They're brand new today, so grab them from the website, £63.93 or £79.80. We're just going to have a very short break, so join us right back after this.
My name's Michelle and I am the newest craft expert. My crafting journey began just after I had my daughter Alice, so she's 14 now. Long story short, I suffered with postnatal depression. My husband sort of noticed, took me to the doctors, and of all things, the doctor suggested colouring. Said it's so mindful, really helps. So anyway, my husband had noticed that I discovered the craft channels. Went out one day, came home with an amazing little craft kit for me, and that is where my addiction began. But one of my main inspirations is actually going onto our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and seeing what everyone else is making with the same stuff that we're making. As cheesy as it's going to sound, Debbie Robinson, Debbie Fisher, those are two of the main people that I watched a lot of. They are all so inspirational. Okay, so I absolutely love everyone that I work with. I don't have a lot of juicy gossip that I can share, but I will say Debbie Robinson is exactly what you see on screen. She is a laugh a minute. She is exactly what you see. So, you know, you think, oh, did they put it on for the camera? They don't. Debbie Robinson is definitely Debbie Robinson, and I love her. And she really does say all the time, "Ee, what am I like?" So other than crafting, I just love being at home with my family. I know that sounds cheesy, but my husband is the most amazing support for me. My kids are fantastically weird, odd, crazy, but perfect. But at the minute, I'm very focused on my health, so I'm exercising a lot. So I would say, other than craft, which takes up 23.5 hours a day, that my health and lifestyle, I think you would say. So I've had a few cards published in a couple of magazines as designer for the day. So that was sort of a really big deal for me. I loved it. And then I got accepted onto the Crafters Companion design team. Oh my God, the whole world could hear me scream with excitement. And then I got the call to come up and try out for this job. It is by far the most amazing, exciting thing I have ever done, and it's been life-changing.
There once was a man who was very crafty. His name was Craig from Carnoustie. He joined the team on Craf TV. Oh, crafty Scottish man Craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He wanted to prove he was the man, but he lost at Craft Wars to Leanne. But 2 weeks later he beat Jan. Oh, crafty Scottish man Craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He did so well on Crafters TV, Sarah sent him off to Germany, where he did some work for QVC. Oh, crafty Scottish man Craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. His crafting skills, they aren't half bad. In fact, I'd say they're totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. Oh, crafty Scottish man Craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. The crafters, they loved him a lottie for his charm and skill. They went quite potty, they nicknamed him the Hardy Scotty. Oh, crafty Scottish man Craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. In the crafting world, he's standing tall. He's the best Scottish crafter of them all. Catch him Monday to Friday on his wake-up call. Oh, crafty Scottish man Craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live.
He might do a Facebook Live. Did you see his Facebook Live the other night? It was amazing because we have a brand new launch coming up next week. And tomorrow, we might be giving you a first look at that. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Don't stay tuned there all day. You can go away and come back later tonight. You know, have a sleep. So, yeah, well, can have a sleep. Can have, at least have a sleep tonight.
No, got to be up watching.
all night. Well, we are there all hours, aren't we? So if you did want to stay up and you suffer with insomnia or you can't sleep and you can't just bear to be without us, yeah, go onto YouTube. We're there. Anyway, we're going to get straight back over to Becky because she's got something else that she's going to show us with these amazing dies. Now, there are multi-craft dies, but they're lace ones, and there's something a little bit different to what we've seen before. Becky, what one are you going to show us next?
I'm going to use the butterfly one. The butterfly one's enormous. Look how big it is. It's really, really big. So you've got this overall shape to create your mats and layers, but then you also have the different wings, the top and the bottom wing, outside shape, and also that lace insert. Now, what you do need to remember is when you're using them and you want to do the other side, if you're using fabric, for example, and that's not felt, it's a printed fabric perhaps, and you'll have to flip everything over, so cut on the wrong side and cut on the right side in order to get those two different shapes. But you've also got the body of the butterfly as well, so they're quite significant, and they do look really, really pretty. If I just pop that in there, you can see how that looks, and because we've given you these different types of die, you can cut in or cut out, so you can cut out that edge, and then you might just want to put these pieces inside to cut all those lace effects. You might not want to use these bits that actually create those petals, I call them petals, they're not petals, wings, or alternatively you might want to cut these out of something else. Perhaps you've got some of the vinyl that we had in previous shows, you might want to cut them out of that. Well, you'd have the clear one on the show. It's almost like I'd planned that, isn't it?
It is. And actually, Becky, that one you've got in your hand could be used as a petal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, lots of options. And of course, Multimedia Dyes use them for your paper craft as well. So I've already pre-cut some bits and pieces, but I am also going to cut a couple of the wings. I keep calling them leaves. I want to call them leaves, and I know they're not leaves. So in exactly the same way, the felt, I love using the felt, but I like using the felt with the plates that come with your machine. So I'm going to put those 2 pieces inside. Now, if you have a problem getting those all lined up, I make sure that I tape everything before I put it down. So I would hold these 2 up like this and get them in the right place, and then put them on like that. So I'm going to use the plates. She says making a huge noise. I want to use that metal shim again. I'm going to get a bit more tape actually. Be heavy-handed, Becky. I've got my white plate, I've got my frosted shim, and then I've got the white plate to go over the top. And we'll pop that through to the machine. And I'm going to run it through the machine twice because I've got those intricate layers with all that lace effect, just to make sure it goes through. So again, you've got that kind of crunkly noise. That's the crunkly. Crunkly. I work for Webster's Dictionary. That's just the fibres of the felt cutting through. So that's what we're going to be doing at the moment. So it's gone through twice. That should make sure that you cut all those other pieces out. And as I say, I prefer to use everything like this than using the fabric plates for cutting felt. So I've got this here. And then you can see that's cut out beautifully, and you've got all of those little pieces. And again, you could keep these, all these offcuts. You could, do a bit of paper piecing with fabric, for want of a better term, if that's what you wanted to do. So, and again, you could really make a beautiful butterfly. You can cut these out of card. You can do all of that. So I'm just going to peel those bits off, but you can see how that looks there. And then
it's very good, isn't it, when you want to
I love that. That's
clear
brilliant.
it. We will make a tidy crafter out of you, Becky.
No chance. That is not going to happen. I am not a tidy crafter.
You're like a gargoyle who gets all messy and throws everything
exactly
in the
like
pot.
a gargoyle. It's funny you should say that. Right, so what I've got over here is I've got 2 pieces. I don't know, are gargoyles known for being messy crafters?
Well, I would imagine they are.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, they can't be. Yeah, gargoyles definitely aren't tidy, are they?
No, I wouldn't have thought they are. So we've got 2 outer pieces.
I would say.
And then we've got the pieces that we've cut out for the wing. So I'm just going to place them over here. I'm going to use some glue.
Oh, wow, that's
or stitch them. You can stitch them together, but again, because of the time, I'm going to use some glue. And then I've cut out the little body of the butterfly. That's going to be placed on here. So we're going to glue that together. I'm going to glue one side at the moment. I'm going to find the glue. Becky, where have you put the glue? Glue, glue, glue. There, I found it now. It's hiding from me. Again, if you're going to stitch over it, don't use this glue, use some textile glue. But we are, for speed, it works really well, this glue. So around here.
Alicia's saying that she has a Kalau glue with a green top. Is that all-purpose glue? I've had it a while. It doesn't say tacky glue and it doesn't say all-purpose. It's Kalau glue in a very tall bottle. I know we did some of our Kalau all-purpose in a tall bottle, but I still think it had a red one.
I think that might be felt. Is that felt glue?
We're checking it out for you, Alicia. We think on the website that's a PVA glue, Alicia. So, yeah, PVA is for...
PVA glue is for sticking on your hands and then peeling off once it's dried.
Yeah, so definitely not for this. No, it's not an all-purpose. It's a PVA glue, we would say.
We do a felt glue, and I think has that got a yellow top? Now, the felt glue and the textile glue will both work, but they will take longer for them to dry. So they're not great for me showing you on a show because it just takes a little bit too long. I'd leave them for a couple of hours, really, just to get those off. Oh, the felt glue does have a yellow top. but we haven't got any.
Unfortunately, we don't have any at the moment.
But the textile glue will work that we have rather than the felt glue.
So that works on felt as
yeah,
well.
It does, yeah. And the textile glue is something, when we do patchwork, that is something I use a lot.
Okay.
It's very useful. And then we're going to pop the body in the middle.
This is amazing.
Hide that
butterfly. I
join.
love this.
There we go.
And actually, it's really nice to see a butterfly that's not like anything we've got in paper crafting. It's very different.
It is. Now, what we're going to do now is I've got my chopstick, because that's all I could find. And I've got some ribbon here. And so I've got a few different types of ribbon. I've got some grosgrain ribbon here, and I've got some satin ribbon. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to take a few pieces of the ribbon.
What is the Chinese year?
It's dragon.
Oh, the dragon, not the
Yeah.
butterfly.
No. I'm a rabbit. Rabbit was last year.
How do you find out what you are?
You can look online and find out the year that you were born, and that will tell
I
you
was 69.
what date, what animal you are. I'm just going to use some. I'm just going to plug in the glue gun because that's what I want to use here. So I want to stick my ribbons to this chopstick here.
Oh,
You're a
Debbie
rooster.
the rooster.
Ah.
A rooster. Oh, there we go. I never knew that.
The last time I was in China, it was the year of the pig, and everywhere I looked, there was Peppa the Pig Peppa Pig became a massive advertising thing for the Year of the Pig.
Yeah.
Everywhere, all throughout the whole of Beijing, and there were Peppa Pig things everywhere. But this year it's a dragon, and every year Lego brings out a different collection. So it's a dragon, which I'm going to try and get hold of, because I'd quite like that for Christmas.
Nice.
Well, not for Christmas, but for decorating for Chinese New Year. But I've now discovered I'm working on Chinese New Year.
So are there only a set amount of animals and then
Yeah.
they rotate?
Oh yeah, it's the story. It's about, now I'm not going to remember it exactly, but it's to do with, they said there was going to be a race, and they needed to find out who was going to be the winner, was the first animal in the Chinese zodiac.
The hare.
Well, actually, it was
tortoise.
the rat. It was the rat, because the rat was very clever, and the rat's very small, and the rat climbed onto the back of the ox, and as the ox and they swam across the river, as they got to the other side, the rat ran down the ox's face, and he became the winner. So that was why. So I've covered that with a little bit of ribbon, and then I've got my other pieces of ribbon, which I'm just going to cut and attach up here. So it creates a kind of sort of decorating kind of
I love this.
thing.
So
So a little
nice.
bit of glue up here. I won't be able to use this chopstick again, will I?
No, I don't think so.
Like
I'm
that.
sure you have plenty.
I do. In fact, I went to my mum's house and she said, I haven't got any chopsticks. I was like, what? What do you mean you have no chopsticks? She said, yeah, I threw them away.
Oh, we've
And I was
even
like,
got chopsticks. We eat with chopsticks when we have noodles.
Oh, yeah.
We bought them back from
when you went to Singapore?
Bangkok, yes.
I think chopsticks are brilliant. And
Vietnam, I lie. Vietnam, we got chopsticks from.
So a couple more pieces just up here, and then we're going to very quickly attach the butterfly to the top of this. So it's almost making a bit of a maypole kind of feel to it with the ribbons here. Then once we're ready, once we're happy, we're going to place the ribbon and the little stick over the top of here, and I'll put some glue on that. That's on the back part of the butterfly. And then I'm going to place this one over the top. Now you can stitch them together, but again for ease, for quickness, we're just going to glue them. Glue one side first of all.
I love this idea.
There we go.
That is so, so nice.
And then we probably want to let it dry, but you can see here you've got a little sparkly kind of a fairy wand with your butterfly. Great for kids. There's one we did earlier with some other ribbons, but really great way of using these different dyes.
Oh, absolutely. Love that. What a great project. And Stephen said earlier about how easy it was. If you're not a sewer, that just proves it, because we can absolutely make something, just glue it into place, and then you've got the perfect wand. Love that. If you want to grab those today, it's our Multicraft lace layering dies. There's 5 pieces of those, and you can get those with that felt bundle as well. You're actually getting your felt for free if you go for those dies. Now, if you're just joining us, welcome to Crafters TV. We have got an amazing sewing, a softer side of life, which is all about sewing. We're looking at those craft dies this morning, which are our lace craft dies. I say this morning, we've just turned into the afternoon now, so how can you believe that? Where's the time go? I don't know. I'm not on my own, of course. The lovely Becky's in the studio with me, cooking up a storm, but she's not cooking, she's sewing up a storm, that's for sure. Lots of you in with us this morning. Christine was saying that she's also a hoarder of things. There's nothing wrong with being a hoarder. We know that, Christine, with all her paper pads. Victoria is saying, hi everyone, this is very cute. So looking at the animals. And what is the starry blue fabric, please? We are going to show those fabrics in just a little while. Sarah Brown is also saying she's up all hours. She tries to get some sleep in between shows, but she needs her crafty fix. We've got Lynn in saying, I'm the year of the pig. So we've been talking about all things year of the, it's the year of the dragon this year, a Chinese New Year. So apparently I'm a rooster. So Stephen's saying he was born in the year of 61. So you'll need to check that one out. See, we can check that for you, Stephen. If you see my front room, dining room, it's the most messiest crafters going. You need a little, the rock hoover. That's what you need, Stephen. Lynn is saying that she's the year of the pig. The children in my class would love those butterflies. Yeah, absolutely. Mike is saying they're all getting in, like Becky. I'm the wood tiger. Oh, so what's a wood tiger?
I don't know what a wood tiger is.
And Rosalind's saying that she's the year of the rabbit as well. So, yeah. Is there anyone that's a rooster like me? I mean...
There's no one like you, Debbie.
I'd like to think that was a compliment. Not quite sure. And Elizabeth is saying, hello, you lovely ladies. This is my first ever chat. And it's my birthday today too. Not doing much today, but watching Crafters. It's such a laugh with you two. Oh, Elizabeth, happy birthday. So you're, what year were you born? So, and we'll let you know what your Chinese year is, so, or what your Chinese dragon is. Oh, who else is a rooster? Only the flaming galah, of course. I mean, we are just the flaming galah. We're kindred spirits. That's exactly what we are, Sarah Brown. Absolutely. We're both year of the rooster. Love that. Right, let's get on with the show, shall we? Right, it's all about Let's show you the fabrics. You've been asking, we're going to show you. These fabrics truly are absolutely beautiful. So the first one we're looking at is the Celestial Sky. It's on cream. It's so lovely. It's almost got a metallic sheen to this, hasn't it, in the gold, which are just beautiful. So I'm going to lay them down as we go. So you're actually getting, is it a ½ a metre in these? Yes. So we're getting ½ a metre. The next one. Oh. There we go, we're getting there. Celestial Stars in the midnight blue with that gold metallic on there. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this really dark one. You've got the black version, so you can see here, absolutely, so pretty. I love this, really, really pretty. This one, this is the stars. So this is the one that our Becky was using. It's the bundle berries. Bundle berries, is that what? Bumbleberry.
So they bring out that design, bumbleberries, and it looks a little bit like a berry. They bring it out a lot. They use it as a mixer fabric. So we've had it in the past with lots of different colours. So that one's got a little bit of gold in it, but you find that quite a lot with Lewis and Irene fabrics. So that kind of pattern you will see quite often.
We've got our Celestial Clouds on black. This is another pretty one as well. Yeah, it's got almost like a lilac cloud design in there. think we could just about sort of pick that up. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful. We've then got the same. So this is the one on cream. So that's the same as the black. So you are getting that design, and then you're getting those little gold stars in there on your cream, which is amazing. All of these are $7.99 or $11.99. Love this one. That's the leaves are edged in gold. That is so pretty. Absolutely beautiful. That's our celestial flowers on that one. Gorgeous design. Again, your platinum price is so good. It's $6.39 or $9.59. I do love this. Is my favourite one. This is just beautiful. Not this one. I want the dark. Well, it's the other one, but actually, is the other one black or navy? It's probably black, but actually, I think I don't know if it's navy or just black.
I think the other one will go better with your cushion that you've already commandeered.
So if I put my black jumper to that, I would say it's navy. Yeah, it's definitely navy. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one I want my cushion made out of. Although I've got one, so I'd be being greedy to ask for another one. But
I don't know, because then they'd match, wouldn't they?
That is beautiful. I mean, really beautiful. Look at that fabric. That is really lovely. I absolutely love that one. So that one is your dark with gold. And then the last one, we've got our Celestial Garden. That's pretty as well. I mean, they're all beautiful, aren't they? You've just got to decide which half metre you want to go for. And they're all today £6.39 or $9.59 platinum. Love those ones. So they're all your materials. You will find them all on the website. So shop away. We're going to go back to the launch of these amazing dies. Now the dies, there are 4 different dies on here. You're getting your lace bears, your lace butterflies, your lace fox, and that lace flower as well, which is absolutely beautiful. It's a 5-piece collection, and you are not paying any pennies for that bundle of felt that we've popped in the collection. Platinum price today, £51.14 or $63.84. Right, Becky, what are we going to be looking at next?
Well, this was one of the samples that the design team made, which I just thought was really gorgeous. I really like this. You could make this into a doorstop, you could make it into a giant pincushion, and I just thought, actually, this is what we're going to make. We're going to use the dies to cut this effect, and we're also going to be using some of the nesting dies in the circles to create this as well, and some of the new fabric, because I just thought it was so cute. Now this one is quite a size of, okay, they're all sizable dies, but you've got this really big kind of flower. This is your matin layer of your flower, and then you've got these other pieces to create the petals. So you can see you've got this sort of outline of the petal, and then you've got this one, which is the lace effect. So once again, because we've given them to you in these different ways, you can mix and match how you want to do them. So you can use them for cutting in or cutting out of your card or your paper or whatever or fabric, whatever you're using. And then you've got a little circular one to create the little centre of the flower. Now, you've seen me cut these out, so I've already pre-cut these to save a bit of time. So I'm going to show you what I've done so far. So put that to one side. I have already cut out the background in this beautiful pink, and then I've cut these individual little petals out of this really bright blue colour here. Now, as I said before, keep all the little bits that come out. Look at those little hearts. They'd be great for embellishing other projects that you may have. I keep them in little pockets, a little bag or somewhere where you've got all of those, because they're well worth keeping hold of. Then we're just going to, again, I'm going to glue these because of the time that it takes for me to stitch everything together. But you create all these different flowers going around the edge, and then that little circle in the middle, and that is what we're going to be using for decorating the top of this kind of item that we've got here. So again, I'm going to use my glue. I'm going to use that all-purpose glue just for speed. Now the one that we've got here is being stitched using a sewing machine all the way around. If you want to do that, you could use a little bit of textile glue just to hold it in place. Do not stitch over this glue, as I said before. I just don't want people going, I did what you said and I stitched over it, and now it's broken my sewing machine, or broken the needle, which it will do if I'm being totally honest, because it's so strong. So a little bit of glue around here, and again, it's just for speed really today. If I was making this at home and making it as like a floor a doorstop or a pin cushion, I'd be sewing these pieces together. A little bit around here. I think this is so pretty, this design. The ones that we brought out, and the fox I particularly like as well. I think the fox makes a really nice design.
Is beautiful.
Which is the only one I've not got a demo for today. I'm going to save that for another time.
Absolutely.
A bit more around here.
So we've got a craft along later, Becky. Is that then one that you'll carry on at home?
Yeah, so we should get most of the way through making one of the bags. And in fact, we might even finish it and move on to the second bag. So in the Make It Kits collection, we had 3 different kits. We had the sewing organizer, we had the makeup bag, and we had the cylindrical bag. It's a cylindrical bag and the sewing organizer that we're going to be doing today. But the beauty of those is everything is contained in them. You have a pre-printed panel, and it's just a question of cutting everything out and using all the bits and pieces that come inside the box, which makes it nice and easy. So there we've done that one.
That's so effective. Those extra lace layers on the top are incredible, aren't they?
They are. They're really good. So I'm going to pop that just to one side for it to dry. Now, what we want to do is I want to take, these are the nesting dies, circular nesting dies. I want the largest one, which I think, just checking here, is 5 inches. And now what I want to do is I want to cut 2 pieces of felt to create the top and the bottom with this, like that, 2 pieces here. And I also want to cut 2 pieces out of craft card, just to give it a bit of structure when I'm putting it together.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to form like the base of my doorstop or cushion, because it's quite big here. So we're just going to be using our Gemini to cut these through. So I'm going to carry on using the same format I have done, because they're the plates that I've already got out. You don't really need the metal shim in here. You could just make do with your normal, what's the word I'm looking for? Plate configuration. But these are the ones I've got to hand. I'm just going to use that. So 2 layers of felt, and then 2 in the card, the craft card. And we want to cut a strip of fabric. Now this is, let's just see, that is 3 inches, this piece around the edge. So you want to cut that 3.5. And we want to cut a piece that will go all the way round here. And so for that, we would take the dimensions of the circle, which we know is 5 inches, and we multiply that by pi, and that will give us the circumference of the circle. We need to use. What am I on about? Right, so we want to find the circumference. We want to make a strip of fabric that goes around this circle. Yeah? So in order to do that, you take the diameter of the circle, which is 5 inches, and you multiply that by 3.14, and that will give you how long a strip of fabric you need to use. Yeah. Which is 15.75. So, and I want to have a little bit of extra because I want to have a seam. So I want to do it around about 16. Yeah, that's exactly right.
There you go.
How do I know that? Is that not something we learned at school? I wasn't, to be honest, when I was trying to work it out, not this time, but when I was trying to work it out some years ago, I had to phone my mum, and I was like, Mum, I can't work out how to do this. And she was like, did you not ask the children? I said, they're just going to judge me. Because I knew there was a way of doing it, and I just couldn't quite remember how to do it. So we've got these pieces here. Now, this is actually a little bit too big to fit onto that circle, but I don't think it really matters. So that's going to form my top, and then I'm going to use this one as the bottom. But I'm going to stick these 2 circles together and then I'm going to stick that on top of here, and it's just going to give that a little bit more structure here. Now, what I will find is that these circles, obviously exactly the same size. So when I come to stitch them together, these will be a slightly bit too big. So I'm just going to trim around the edge. Now, I could have used a smaller circle on here, but if you only happen to have one size of circle, you don't have all those nesting circles, this is something that you can do, and you're just taking a scant millimetre off the side, so it just gives that a little bit of space. So I could have used, if I wanted to use those nesting dies, it would have made it a little bit too small. So you can see that just fits in, you've got that little bit of an edge down here. So a little bit of glue.
All the tricks of the trade. Samantha has had an amazing idea. She said she would love it if Crafter's Companion could create a set of the 12 lunar New Year animals.
That would be really good.
Yes,
I'd love that.
That's a great shout. Even in paper crafting, we could do a collection, couldn't we, of the 12
that would be
lunar
really nice.
New Year animals. She says she's a sheep stroke goat. So is that a combined sheep and goat?
Sheep.
Goat.
Okay.
Sheep, goat.
Right, put that to one side. Now we want to do our strip of fabric. Now what size we say? We said 16 inches, didn't we? So, oh, that's perfect. So we're going to trim this down. Now actually, I want the pattern to go this way. I was thinking, oh, I'll cut it down that way, but I think you want them going the right way round. So we want to cut this at 16 inches. Just going to fold that over.
No one wants vertical clouds.
No one wants what?
Vertical clouds.
No. It was with you, wasn't it, when I did my first paper craft thing, and we're using ribbon weaving dies, and you went, oh, the one thing I can't bear is when people put these hearts going sideways, and that was the demo I was doing.
I don't think that was me.
I'm sure it was you. I'm sure it was you. She's like, oh, Becky, can't bear that. Don't like that at all, you silly woman. Right. Now we're going to trim this here, so 16 inches. And then I'm going to flip that over. So I've made it actually a little bit bigger because I want to trim that raw edge, or that side edge here. Again, 16 inches. And we want to make this, I think we said 3 inches we're going to do. I'm just going to trim that so it's a nice edge again. And then because we want to give it a bit of structure, I'm going to cut some batting, which I'm going to attach to this as well. Fold that over like that.
Elizabeth is saying, wow, I'm not used to all this chatting. Thank you to everyone for sending me birthday messages. She was born in 52. What animal am I? A dragon.
Oh, and it's dragon this year. So this is your year. Let's make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it this big. Or am I going to make it that big? I'm going to make it that big. I don't know. Oh, I can't decide. It's too difficult. Right, now we've got my strip here.
Rosalind's saying she doesn't need any more fabric, but this cloud one, she might just need.
It's really pretty. So our piece of fabric is 16 inches by 5.5, and I want a piece of batting that's the same. So I'm just going to trim that, and I'm going to attach it with some of our spray. So batting wadding is like this. It's a kind of fluffy material. It gives, when we make a quilt, it's what we put inside a quilt, it gives bags and things like that a bit of structure. And I want this to have a little bit of structure in it. So I'm going to cut down here. How big did I say that was? That to go there. And then trim that to 16. Like And that needs a tiny bit of a trim here as well.
All the cycles also have elements which also have a meaning. So 66 was the year of fire and the horse.
Oh.
There you go.
Fiery horse.
Fiery horse. I bet I was water. Water and a rooster.
What does that mean?
Well, I only think that because of my, I'm a water sign.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably not at all. I hope not fire. I'm a bit scared of fire. Actually, I'm a bit scared of water as well.
Oh dear. Right.
Oh, an earth rooster. Yeah, I like earth. I like somewhere where you can walk on.
Earth rooster.
Earth and a rooster, yes. That's me.
So I'm using a bit of repositionable spray here. You could use your stick and stay. So that is your stick and spray. You can use your stick and stay, which is the one that you just need to iron, which makes it a permanent addition. But the one that I brought in with me is empty, which is why I haven't used it. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. I'm sure I checked that before I picked it up, but obviously I didn't. So, is it the one I threw on the floor? I didn't throw it on the floor earlier. It fell off the unit earlier. Right, now, what we want to do is we're just going to check, make sure everything matches up. So I'm just going to hold this here, and I'm just going to see if that will make it. Yeah, I think it does. It works. It works.
Suddenly had a bit of a wobble, thinking, oh, maybe that wasn't the right thing.
I just wanted to make sure. So if I show you here, so that's my point I'm working from. Let's put that heart there so you can see. So if I just turn this like that, and I make it go all the way along like that, you can see when it gets to here, that's where it's going to finish. And I want my 1/4 inch seam allowance. Well, yeah, that's all it needs to be. It just needs to be right. Just needs to be right. So I'm just going to stitch this together.
I'm impressed, Becky. I am impressed.
Are you?
Yes, yes.
Right, so now if I use, I'm going to use this one, the top piece. Now, if I start by working my way around and I attach all of these pieces together all the way around, that will then put that together. Pardon? What did you say? You were nervous
Nicola's
in case?
nervous in case it doesn't
I think Nicola
work.
should be nervous because Nicola gave me the figures. And if Nicola's wrong, then it ain't my fault.
I think it's a blame game today, isn't it? Everyone's blaming someone else.
So I haven't stuck that piece on. I popped it on, so which is good because I want to put this here. So I'm going to put a pin in this, and I'm going to go all the way around the edge, and I want to stitch this all together. So go around here. You see what I'm doing?
I can see what you're doing, but I can never understand how you can get a good stitch on a circle like that, because I would never be able to.
That's why you want to use a bit of glue.
Oh, okay.
That is the thing to use. But I'm going to pin it first of all, just to make sure it works before I glue it down. It's not that I don't believe Nicola. It's just that I don't believe Nicola.
I might be the worst in the building at maths. I'm okay at sort of everyday maths, but when it comes to big equations and stuff. Oh, so yeah, Nicola's the worst in the building then.
So when my kids, I'm sure I've told this story before. That works. That works. So I'm going to use.
Nicola's not the worst in the building.
I'm going to use the textile glue to glue it together because it's a lot easier than trying to stitch with the pins. So now I know that works. That's all right. Yeah, so the diameter of your circle multiplied by 3.14 will give you the circumference, and that's how big the strip of fabric is. But remember to add your seam allowance in there. Yeah, I feel quite pleased that that's working out.
Oh, she's pleased now that it's working out. Yes,
Yeah,
it would have been Nicola's fault if it hadn't have worked out though.
Yeah, no, I was saying about school. When my kids were at school, the head teacher, who was like a bit of a maths person, I was gonna. Nutter. No, okay, maths nutter. She
nutter.
asked all of the parents to come in to have a bit of a maths lesson, because she says it's really important that how we learned at school is different to how children learn now. And she said we want to make sure that when you're at home and if you're, they need some help, that you are, providing the same knowledge as we're giving here. And so she was like, right, simultaneous equations, blah, 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 blah. Everyone all right with that? And I went, no. And I said, can you go over it again? And my daughter's class, there were 10 children in her year, 10. So, it's quite obvious when you're one person and going, no, I don't get that. And then she went, okay, don't worry, let's go over it again. Blah, 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 simultaneous equations, la, 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 la. No, I'm really sorry, I just don't get that. And then one of the mums turned around to me and she said, don't you use simultaneous equations at work? And I went, I haven't got a clue what you would use them for, ever, ever. And at the time I worked in an estate agency. So if anyone could advise me why I would need a simultaneous equation in an estate agency, please let me know. I've never used a simultaneous equation to do anything in my life. And even now, I'm flummoxed as to what you would use it for.
Well, let us know if you know any uses for this.
Actually, any craft uses, let's be honest. Do you ever use a simultaneous equation for something to do with craft?
It's like anything you learn at school, though. There's a lot of things that you would never really need in the outside world, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't think I need to know the Welsh National Anthem in Welsh, but that's something that stuck into my head. And a little poem about Henry VIII, which I learnt when I was about 8, and I've never been able to get it out of my head. Do you really want to hear it? Gruff King Hal was full of beans, he married 6 queens. For 3 called Kate, they cried the bands, and 1 called Jane, and a couple of Annes. The first he asked to share his reign was Kate of Aragon, straight from Spain. But when his love for her was spent, he got a divorce and off she went. He married the next afternoon Jane Seymour, which was rather soon, but after only 1 year as Henry's bride, she crept into her bed and died. It goes on, there's 6 wives.
That's amazing. How do you remember all that?
God knows. And in fact, when I went back to my old school, the teacher said, do you remember anything? And I went, actually, and it was so long ago, it was when my children were at school. And he was like, I can't believe you still remember that. And he said, I still teach it. And I was like, yeah, I remember all of that.
Oh my goodness, I can hardly remember the divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived.
It's funny what sticks into your head, isn't it?
Well, yes,
the things
very
that you
true.
remember. My drama teacher, when I was young, my drama teacher's son was at drama school, and he wrote this play. At the time, it was very sort of topical. It was all about washing powder. It was about fairy stories, but a lot of the things were to do with washing powder. And again, it stuck into my head, and I still remember the lines, and I probably would have been about 8 or 9. And then when I became sort of 12, 13, he was teaching at my other school. I said, I still remember and it was what he did at university.
Wow.
So he was quite proud about that. Right, so here, I'm going to turn this around the other way so you can see. So we've stitched around here. That's creating the top of our little bag. Now, we need to attach this piece here. And the best way of doing this is by hand and by stitching it and folding everything over. But we want to give it a bit of a stuff. So I've got in here, where are you? There you are. I've got some animal stuffing, no, toy animal stuffing. It's not roast dinner or anything like that. And we want to pop some stuffing in here. So we're using it's a polyester stuffing. If you want to make something that's got a little bit of weight to it, you might want to make a little bag and pop some rice in it, uncooked rice, to give it a bit of weight, or sand. And if you want
I don't think anyone would use cooked rice,
well,
Becky.
I don't know. Sometimes you think, oh, well, someone might be thinking, well, I've just had a takeaway. I know, I've got some leftover egg fried rice, that will do in here. Now, if you wanted to make it into a pin cushion, now one of the things you can put inside your pin cushion is sand or crushed walnut shells, casings, because what that does is every time you put your needle in, it sharpens, or your pin, it sharpens that pin, stops it from getting blunt. So you can buy that from, you know, online stores and that kind of thing. So again, I'm stuffing that in there like that. And then what I would do, which I'm not going to do by hand because I haven't got the time, I would pop that on the top here and just fold that over and just stitch that with some stitching around the outside, and that will create this. And then we're going to pop that on the top here. Again, I'm going to use a bit of glue to save the time. Now, if I was going to be stitching it, obviously I would have stitched that on before I attached it to the rest of the little sort of pin cushion or doorstop, whatever you're going to be making with it. If I get time in between shows, I will hand stitch this so it's a finished item for you to see. But you can see how versatile these dies are. They really are a really cool item to have. And of course you can use them for your paper craft as well as your soft craft as well. You see?
Beautiful, absolutely lovely. It just shows what you can do with those amazing flowers or any of those dies. You can grab those today. There are multi-craft lace layering dies. It means you can cut in and cut out those panels. They're beautiful lace effect on them. Platinum price £51.14 or $63.84. Just one quick question, Becky, just so we cover it now. Carol is asking what foot was you using? Was it a regular foot with
It's just a regular foot. I haven't even brought my 1/4 of an inch foot with me, just a totally regular foot to stitch around that outside. All I would say is when we are making that kind of thing where you're going to go round the circumference, do what I did first of all, just pin it before you sort of put it together and stitch it. But the glue, the textile glue, is invaluable when you're doing something like that and you don't want hundreds of pins in there because it just keeps everything secure. I would give it 5 minutes or so before you stitch it together just for the glue to go off. But yeah, just your normal foot on your sewing machine.
Lovely, thank you very much for that. Right, we're going to let you check out your baskets. Now, if you've not heard of our Club Inspire, take a look at this. It's going to show you all about it.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Hi, I'm Ben from Crafters TV. As you may know, we've just launched an amazing new website, our new home of papercraft to house all of your crafty needs. And as we've had a bit of a makeover, I'm here today to show you how to check out Crafters TV on our sparkling new website, including how to watch live, catch up with previous shows, and how to view the latest schedules. So, let's get started. First, go to the Crafters Companion homepage. Select the correct location at the top of the page. Click the Crafters TV icon on the top right-hand side of your screen. To watch the show live on the website, click the Watch Now button in the middle of your screen. You'll be taken to the relevant show page where you can watch the show, shop the show, and shop the day at your leisure. To view the Crafters TV schedule, click the View Our Schedule button in the middle of your screen. You'll be taken to the TV schedule where you can browse each date plus all of the shows that are on that day. You can then click on each show to be taken to a page where you can watch and shop the show. If you want to catch up on a previous show, hit the Catch Up button on the purple Crafters TV bar. Then you can scroll down to see all of the previous Crafters TV shows from recent days. If you're looking for something specific, you can click the Craft Expert, Craft Area, Shows and Date filters just above the list of shows. Take a moment to browse until you see the show you want to catch up on, then click onto the show. You'll then be taken to the catch-up page where you're free to watch the show and check out all of the crafty goodies on our Shop the Show and Shop the Day pages. Enjoy!
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. We're right in the midst of our amazing sewing today. It's our softer side of life, and it's all about some amazing lace dyes, which are so pretty, and you're absolutely loving them and loving Becky's demos. We will get straight back over to Becky in just a second, but we will recap for anyone that's just joining us. We're in the last 25 minutes of the show, but we will be back later on, so don't go too far away. We've got these lace craft dyes, which are amazing. They're multimedia dyes, which means you can use them on multiple different materials. We've actually popped in some of our Threaders felt there, which is our bundle, which you're getting for absolutely no extra pennies. The platinum price is £51.14 or $63.84. You're getting 4 pieces here. You can see here your lace bear, your lace butterfly, your lace flower and your lace fox, which is very cute. But Becky, you were saying you're going to do something a little bit different with these ones, more paper crafting?
Yeah, we're going to make a card. Why not?
Oh, amazing.
Because it's quite nice that I love the fact that things do multiple, have multiple different ways of using them. I think it would be a real shame if we brought something to you and it said, well, you can only use it with fabric or you can only use it with card. It's nice to have something you can do with 2 options. So I'm going to be doing the lace flower again, which is one that I just did with the fabric demo using the felt. So as I mentioned before, you have this large die here for cutting out your mats and layers. So this is your overall flower die, and then you've got these individual petals as well. So we're going to cut some of those. I'm also going to cut a circle out of that as well. So what I'm going to use is I've got some of our glitter cardstock. I'm going to cut that out of here, and then I also want to use some of our black cardstock to cut 2 of these pieces like so. Just want them like that. And then I'm going to cut one out of the gold for the little circle here. So I'm going to cut 2 of these and then 1 of each of these to create the design. So I've moved across for different plates now. So I'm using what you would normally have as your normal configuration for your paper craft. So I've got my white plate with my dies, and again I'm going to be massively heavy-handed with my tape. If only I could find out where I've tidied it to. Where have you gone? Tapey,
It's right under your Gemini platform.
Naughty. Right, thank you very much for that. So again, heavy-handed with my tape because it makes me feel better, makes me feel secure. It's like a, what's it called, a security blanket. And then we've got, it's like my emotional support stamens. It is. I do love those stamens. They do make me feel very happy. And as I say, I always put my dies together. When they slot in together like that, I put them together in my hands and then I tape them and then I put them on my card or my fabric. And so I want 2 of those. So we're going to go with our clear, our magnetic and our white plate over the top of that. And then pop those through the machine. And again, keep all of the little bits and pieces that you get out of these, or these lace effects, because you get these really pretty hearts, which are great for almost like what I'd term cartoon hearts. So it's worth keeping hold of those. So we've got those pieces here. Let's get that tape off.
Well, I suppose like anything, when you've got a multimedia die, you can just have a lot of fun with different materials that you could be cutting out.
Yeah, I mean, and these will cut through leather. They'll cut through faux leather. So you want to know the idea of, I quite like the idea if you're having a little business, maybe you're making bags and little leather key rings, and you could do those with many of the dies that we have, and having that kind of a lace effect would be really nice as well. So we've already cut that out here. Look at that. It's cut out absolutely beautifully out of that black. Just grab a pokey tool. Where are you, pokey tool? Yes, I do sing to the things in my craft room. It's quite important to sing. And then we've got those little hearts as well from that you can cut out of here as well. So I think they're worth keeping hold of. So they're quite small. I don't know what is on this pokey tool, but it's not very pokey anymore, is what I would say. It's lost its pokiness. It's got a big lump of glue on the
glue, probably, yes.
I don't know. Who can I blame that on?
Sarah.
Debbie.
She hasn't been here for a little while, though.
No, I meant you.
I haven't been over there for ages.
Well,
Debbie Robinson, yeah. I always clean my things. The only thing I don't clean is the stamping platform, which I spray with glue, and I do get told off for that.
Oh dear. What can you do? You can't get the staff these days.
I know. I feel like I'm helping people when I spray it with glue, because then it's sticky for everybody.
No, I don't think many people here think you're helping them, to be honest with you. Okay, all right. Okay, so we've got those bits now. Let's get rid of those plates. And let's get this one out.
Do you enjoy paper crafting, Becky?
I do. I really like it. But I got really waylaid with my whole Christmas card making. I did make them, but then I missed the last posting dates. So I handed them out to people. And, I have this, so my husband's family like relationships on cards, and I don't like it. And my husband said, did you get cards for my mum and my sister? And I said, no, I made them. And he was like, oh, have they got like mum on them? I said, no, they haven't, but they took me 4 hours each one to make. So it was a real labour of love as far as I was concerned. Each one was individual colours. I used all these little penguin stamps, and I said, so that's what they're having this year. I handed them out, and they were like, oh, thanks. And I went, now they haven't got my relationship on them, but I've spent hours on these, and I mean hours. I think they've sort of realised. I don't think they realised before that I'd been making the cards.
I would still expect a mum. I wouldn't want a card from my kids without mum on.
Oh, would you not?
No.
Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want wife on there, or and I don't want any teddy bears on my cards either. I just don't. It's just not for me.
Oh, we'll just throw that teddy bear out that you made earlier.
No, I wouldn't want to receive it myself on a card. No, there's a particular brand of teddy bear which I don't enjoy. They're not for me. I mean, they're very popular, but it's not for me. And my husband makes a point of buying me said card, and often exactly the same card every year to give to me, because he knows I don't really like it very much. So I'm doing a card. Frame's not working. This is 11.5 inches by 5 3/4, and I've scored at 2.75 inches in both places to create the card. So I'm just going to pop this on the inside, and we are going to use the flower. So you need to cut out the base, the matin layer, the actual shape of the flower first of all, and then you want the petals, so we want 6 of the petals. Now I have already cut them out beforehand, to show you how I'm going to put them together. Now I've got some of the black and this yellow card. I cannot remember what this is from. It was the one, the Cheers to You collection that we had.
Oh, yes.
It was from that
yeah,
paper
it's lovely.
pad.
It's a really lovely bright paper pad.
Yeah, really nice. And, goes with any kind of celebration. I didn't want anything too floral because of the fact that we're using a flower on here.
I love black cardstock with a bright colour.
Me too. It makes everything pop, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks really effective. It just gives it that extra sort of depth to anything you're making.
So last year I made loads of Chinese New Year cards and then I forgot to take them. So it's good because this year I've got Chinese New Year cards and they're already addressed to people.
Oh, well, that's
so
good. You've already got them.
Yeah, I've already got them, so that's good. And, but I unfortunately told all my cousins that I'd made them cards and I'd left them at home, so they're all going to go, oh, these are the ones you made last year.
You just go, no, I chucked them out. These are new ones I made you all this year. Or you just say, of course, I'm frugal. I like to make sure you still get them.
Well,
and then just ask for them back and say you can have them again next year.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just write them in with a pencil so I can rub out who I'm sending them to. So I'm going to be working for when we would celebrate New Year, which over the bank holiday week, or not bank holiday, over the weekend. And so I was saying I'll probably have to get some fireworks while I'm here. Not in the studio, but some fireworks to let off for Chinese New Year.
Ooh,
so I don't know who I'm working with that weekend, but it's going to be, exciting.
Yes.
So I'm celebrating on the 17th because I'm not here on the actual Chinese New Year because I'm in New York. Oh, it's a tough life. So I don't know who I'm working with. Am I working with you, Nicola? I'm working with Debbie. Aren't I? We're both working on the 17th. Did we say 17th?
Can't remember now.
So we're going to stick all of these pieces over here, and I'm going to use the dotty tape pen for that. Yes, February, Chinese New Year. And we're going to have fireworks. I would bring Chinese food in, but I'm not going to. Well, it's quite difficult because I won't be driving. I'll be coming by train, and I can't bring Chinese food up on the train very easily. I don't think. Nicola's saying I should just drive so I can bring the food. Do you like Chinese food, Debbie?
Yes, I love it. It's not me. I think it might be Corinne and Lily.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I think it is. Now I'm remembering. And Nicola, do you like Chinese food? Me too. My friend that I'm going to visit in Houston, when she came over to London, we went out for dinner, and I said, where do you want to go? She goes, oh, I don't mind, I eat everything. And I said, oh, there's my favourite Chinese restaurant. She went, I don't like Chinese food. So I was like, oh, okay. And I was thinking, oh gosh, that is my go-to kind of food.
I'm actually shocked that people don't like Chinese. There's always something, even if it's not really your thing. Most people like rice. Most people like a chow mein, or there's always something, isn't there? Curry. I love a Chinese curry.
But I suppose it depends where you're getting your food from. I mean, my mum cooks a lot of Chinese. We used to when I was growing up. We very rarely got a Chinese takeaway. And I think actually it was only when I started seeing my husband that they would get Chinese takeaway and they'd go out for Chinese food, whereas, we just had it at home.
Yeah.
Because it was sort of like a normal thing. But my mum always says she gets she starts to feel a bit angsty if she doesn't have rice a couple of times a week.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just what she's got used to, how she's grown up. A little bit over here.
And what is your ideal Chinese meal consist of?
Like Chinese banquet for New Year. So my grandfather, my uncle, I think my grandfather used to make it. My uncle makes sweet and sour fish, which everyone goes, oh, that sounds disgusting. If I go to a fish and chip shop, I want to have sweet and sour sauce with it. So we used to have these banquets. You have lots of duck, all sorts of different things, soups and stuff. That would be the kind of thing that we would have for Chinese New Year. And the food, the banquet would go on for hours, hours and hours and hours. We sat down. So we're going to pop that on here with a little bit of a sentiment, but I'm just going to attach it to this side. So I'm just going to make sure I've got,
So pretty.
Oh, need to take that off. I haven't got used to the new...
Oh, the refillable ones.
yeah. And then we'll have a little sentiment. Where should we put that there? Put it over here? Down there.
Yes.
Perfect. Should do some foam pads for that bit, I suppose. But just to show you the different kinds of things you can do with this set of dies. You know, it's not just for fabric. It's for all sorts of different things. You know, the fact that you can use it with a whole load of different materials. You know, as you were saying, grey board. There's lots of different things you can use it with, and I think that makes it really good value when you've got something like that.
Yeah,
and then we've got
absolutely.
a couple of those little... Use up some of those.
I love your idea of keychains though. I think like your faux levers or even real levers, if you've got scrap pieces, would look amazing. Decorating handbags, toiletry cases, anything like that. There's so many uses for these.
Yeah, it's quite, you know, and I say, you know, it's, even if you bought it thinking, oh, I'm only going to use this for soft craft, and then you like see, oh, actually I can do something with paper craft as well.
Yeah.
It makes it better value for you,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
totally.
There we go. And then we've got a quick card there using that set of intricate lace dies, and you know, using the little bits and pieces that come off to create those little embellishments that you've got over here as well.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, those hearts come right out of those petals. Looks absolutely stunning. If you want to be making cards like Becky has been doing, or any of her makes that she's done through the last couple of hours, they are our multi-craft lace layering dies. You're getting 4 dies in there. You're getting your beautiful bear, your lace butterfly, your lace fox, and your lace flower as well. All those beautiful designs, and the felt that you can see on the screen there, you're getting that free inside this bundle. Your platinum price today is £51.14 or $63.84. Becky made a butterfly earlier, and Rianne is saying, sorry, not Rianne, Elizabeth is saying that she loves the wands. Her granddaughter had a wand like this when she was small as a bridesmaid with a star on top. These would be lovely for younger bridesmaids if they were coloured themed to the wedding.
That's a great idea.
Love that idea, yeah, and it's something fun for them, isn't it? Because weddings can be, for children especially, a little bit sort of overwhelming, can't they? So having something fun to wave around, I love that idea, Elizabeth. Lillian saying, not sage and onion. I think that was going back to the rice we were putting in the
or the stuffing.
bag.
I said animal stuffing, didn't I?
Animal stuffing, yes. Mauve is saying that's lovely, and Linda saying very nice. Thank you so much, Becky, is from Carol. Eve is saying she loves those colours. She fancies a Chinese now as well. And Sarah Brown is saying loving Becky's demos today. Thank you for sharing, Becky. Sandy saying beautiful, and Rosalind saying love the card, Becky. Right, we're going to get a vote underway. So Becky, if you could put a number to your makes today, we can get a vote underway.
Number 1.
Oh no, you don't want to vote that one.
That's
not
the little
nice.
cushion cover.
Yeah, not that one.
And a little pocket for your book.
That's
number
the
1.
worst one.
There's number 2.
You can vote for that one. That's beautiful. I love the butterfly. So
Number
nice.
3,
Number
not quite
2.
finished, but this is your little doorstop.
I love that
pin
too.
cushion.
Very, very
Using
pretty.
some of that
Number
new
3.
fabric. And then number 3 is this one here.
Number
with a little
4.
bag. Sorry, that's number 4. Yeah, sorry.
Yep. Number 4, the card. Becky, all amazing, mates. Of course, you can vote for number 1. They're all beautiful, so get your votes in 1, 2, 3, or 4. Right, we are going to look at our new fabrics. So let's. I've put them back in order, Nicola. I put them back in order. I just adore these fabrics. They're so pretty in their designs. They're soft and beautiful and luxurious. They feel incredibly beautiful. You're getting 1/2 metre in these. This first one that we're looking at is your Celestial Skies on cream. That's got your gold in there. These are literally the gold in there. They're like shimmery. They're absolutely stunning. Love that one. Then you've got your next one, which is your Celestial Skies. This one is on midnight blue with your gold metallic on there as well. So you're getting that beautiful design. All of these $7.99 or $11.99. We've then got our one on black. So if you like that Celestial Skies, you've got that on your black with the gold metallic. Again, you can see that shine on those gold. It's just absolutely beautiful. Then we've got the one that Becky used on that cushion cover, even though she was using it on the back. It's so pretty, this one. This is your bumbleberry. I can't get my head around that. It's your blue bumbleberry with your gold metallic stars in there as well. So absolutely gorgeous design. We've then got our clouds here, which is on your black, so your Celestial Clouds on black. It's got a beautiful sort of lilac print of clouds in there, which we might not be able to pick up so well on the camera, but it is absolutely gorgeous. We've then got the one on cream, so you've got your Celestial Clouds on cream, that beautiful cloud design. That is absolutely gorgeous, the clouds. Love that one. And then this one I love as well. I think these are really pretty. We've got your Celestial Flowers on the cream with the gold metallic in there. Absolutely gorgeous designs. Love that one. In fact, I love all of these ones. These are probably my favourite. We've got this one, which is on dusk, so your Celestial Flowers on dusk with gold metallic again. Amazing material. And then this one is my favourite, is on the dark, so absolutely beautiful. Platinum price £6.39 or $9.59. And then the last one in the collection is this really gorgeous one. This is your Celestial Garden on cream with your gold metallic as well. All of those that you've got $7.99 or $11.99. We do have a craft along today, which is in 2 hours' time. Becky, what can we expect from your craft along?
Me talking a lot.
Well, nothing new there.
No, nothing new. We're going to make this, which is one of our Make It kits. So this is the cylindrical bag. Everything is contained within this, in the pack. So we're going to make this. But I've also done a little bit of embellishment. So this is my ribbon weaving.
Oh.
So I'm going to put that on there because I think it works with all those colours.
That's beautiful.
So we're going to do that today. And then we're also going to be looking at doing the sewing organiser, which is this one here. Now we may not finish it. If whatever we don't finish, I'll continue with my Facebook Live on Wednesday next week. So we'll be able to finish that off. But these are the Make It kits. So the whole idea is that everything is contained within them, apart from the sewing, sewing machine and your thread. But you're going to get the zips and everything else. The whole idea is quite easy for someone to do because you don't have to go out and buy anything extra.
Yeah, amazing. I'm just going to show you those kits actually. So if you wanted those Make It kits, we've got the first one is your sewing storage. You're getting all of these in the bundle, so 10 pieces in that one. So that's your first one. You've got that one Becky was just showing you, which is your cylindrical zip pouch. So that's the other one you get in here. And then we've also got our makeup case as well. Do you know what I love about these, Becky, is the materials that you get with them.
Yeah.
They're very on trend, aren't they? Very modern, but with that sort of, it almost sort of got like a twist of sort of Laura Ashley about them.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think, particularly this one, I think of like Darling Buds of May.
Yes.
I think because it's like quite joyful, that kind of pale blue with the scarlet is really quite beautiful. And they'll all work together as well. So that's really nice to have.
Yeah, they're amazing. So if you wanted to get them ahead of Becky's craft along, you can get these today. Look at that price, platinum price, £32. You're getting all 3 of those, or $40. So Becky will be starting that today at 3 p.m. and she'll be continuing that in her own craft room in a month's time, or in the month?
No, it'll be next week.
Oh, in next week, amazing.
That's the only time I'm free because I'm on holiday.
Oh, absolutely amazing. Yes, of course, because she's on holiday, just in case anyone didn't realise that. I love it that Becky's going away to all these amazing places now. It's very exciting. We do have a winner. It is number 1, of course. Oh, boo. But I'm not surprised because it is a great cushion. I am going to put my name on that, though, so if it does win the day and the vote of the week, it might just have to go in a box and I'll have to wait for it, that's all. So it's going to be great. Thank you, Becky, so much for the last couple of hours. It's been insightful as always. Sewing always, it does thrill me because it's something that I don't really know a lot about, so I love learning all those things about it. But don't go very far. Just go and grab yourself something to eat, have a cup of tea and come back in 2 hours' time because we will be here in this space right then. We will see you very soon. Bye.